Hi everyone, my name is Ben Wright Human, cartoonist extraordinaire, and welcome to the continuing Let's Play of Paradise Killer. This is the first recording of May 17th, 2022. I am excited to be playing this game. I've been looking forward to playing this every Tuesday since it started. It's been a while since I've had a game that does this. I just itch to play it. I'm having a very good time with this mystery. If you are just tuning in, this is a crazy open-world mystery game that is going all over the place. I have no idea what it's going to do next. And we are getting to pretty close to the point where we're actually going to take a trial and see if we can resolve it. So that's pretty exciting. We're looking forward to that. And that might even happen tonight. We'll find out. So, I've been going over some of the notes, and what's interesting is there aren't a lot of big questions on the investigation notes that I have not yet answered. Just a handful here, so I am going to try and get as many of these as I can. Looks like I need to speak to Yuri, I need to speak to Crimson, I need to speak to Dr. Doomjazz about a few things, and hopefully, after that, we may actually be able to get on to the next big thing. All right, I'm too itchy to wait for people any longer. Let's get into this. Let's find out what happens in Paradise Killer. All right. I think I want to talk to Yuri after I get a little bit more information. Yeah. I am going to start with Dr. Doomjazz. Everybody's favorite Doomjazz, Dr. Doomjazz.
Dr. Doomjazz.
What do you know about a photo taken of Grace's throat during your examination? I took photos, but they were confiscated by Akiko, classified or whatever. I found one on the Marshal's server. Can I get your opinion on it? The bruising on the throat looks odd.
Strange?
That's because the fingers that did it aren't uniform. In normal strangulation bruising, you can see areas of pressure from the fingertips and the knuckles. The pressure on these is misaligned. This is normally because the attacker is wearing jewelry, specifically in this case, a ring on their wedding ring finger.
The investigator is here.
What about power armor? No, the gauntlets on the Marshal's power armor are gloves with armor plates on the tops of the hands. Who wears a wedding ring? Or wore a wedding ring? This was 10 years ago. Did you give Sam blood? Yes, I do. He has a rare condition. You might have noticed he has no flesh and his skeleton is bright red. The council approved letting him have citizen blood that is let in the temple. He developed this condition a few sequences ago. I suspect his body is starting to give out. Not a sec, Doc. Wonderful to see you again. You're the only one that doesn't call me the investigation freak. It's not nice to call people names, is it? That name was given to you derogatorily. You may have lived up to it, but you should be careful of the labels you let stick to you. Depends on your perspective. How do you mean? Other people can see something about us that we can't ourselves, even if that opinion comes from a place of nastiness. On the other hand, it is easy to accept what others tell you about yourself. It's a fine line. You always go in for real talk nowadays. What's something else you want to talk about? Oh, you don't know? Things just feel pretty heavy around here. A mass murder tends to do that. Drags everyone down, kills the vibe. No one's very posy anymore. I just want to get to perfect 25 and start again. I'm doing my best, Doc. You always do. That's why you were called down. You're forgiving and forgetting my past. However, we all make mistakes. Never been the type to bind people to their history. People change. I'm impressed, Doc. You didn't proposition me this
Indeed.
time. Well, I assume you're going to stop by again at some point before this is all over. We'll see. Alright. Alright, well that cleared up a few of the points. I thought I solved this. How is this still an open question? I'm not far from the crime scene. I should go back. Okay, so my original theory was you rappel down here. See, my hope was... hope was I could find a place where there were drag marks that indicated a body. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. I think these are just texture scuffs. Unless... Wait. These might be different. The only other thing I can think of is if there's something on top of this building, but I don't think there's a way to get up there. At least not that way. Hey, that worked! Okay. This looks farther up, but... This is a higher level than I was at before. Maybe there's a spot where I can do it. Nope. And there we go. Alright, enough trying that. Who is next? I think I'll talk to Yuri next. Hey! I got pretty damn close.
Yuri Knight.
Your job is to direct Lydia when she moves us to the next island, right? What do you want now? What did you direct her to do right before the council murder? I asked her to take her husband Sam off the island. The end of island party was over and his bar could be shut down. What time is this? About 23:40, I think. Yuri, let's rap for a
What are you
second.
talking about?
Is
Rap?
this a fact or a truth?
You put a key in the nightmare computer connected to the obelisks on the beach and activated them. What are you talking
When
about?
love dies, all that remains are the facts.
You did. I've got the logs. Don't worry, someone else accessed them, but they were more intelligent than you and used a wireless access device.
You know who I am?
More intelligent? The insects on this island can barely tie their shoelaces, let alone figure out the symbols on the obelisks in space. Thanks, Yuri.
I'm
For
glad
what?
to be back.
You just told me about the symbols on the obelisks, which I didn't ask about, and you'd only know about if you used them. Where did you get the key from to access the obelisks? I have no idea what you're talking about, freak. Oh, don't hold out on me, Yuri. I know you know the secret of the second seal. I have nothing else to say. Well, that changes a few things. He did access it. I thought that space helmet that we found was a red herring. Do you know anything about the third Holy Seal? Of course not! They're a mystery! Stop wasting time! What do you know about the fourth Holy Seal? You mean the Holy Seal that Henry got through and then killed the Council? Yes, that one.
With me.
Who cares? That monster killed them. Let's get this show on the road. What do you know about the escape last night? What would I know? Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? Didn't see her, freak. Did you see the Architect last night? I saw the Architect before I started my duties with the Fairy Woman. You should ask her about the time of the murder, though. I was here. Did you see Crimson last night? I knew she was ready for pickup, but I left her until the end. She hates it here, and I had the power to make her wait a little longer, so I did. Did you see the doctor last night? He said he was in his clinic. Ask him, not me. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? Seriously? Do I need to hold your hand? Go and speak to the Grand Marshal. Did you see a witness to the end last night? I am aware the Architect planned to visit him last night. You can check with her. How do you know? I am the Architect's assistant. I arrange her appointments and make sure that she can carry out her work without being obstructed by anyone else on the island. What time to chat, Yuri? What do you want, freak? What kind of music do you like, Yuri? Good! A properly addressed question. Why do you want to know? I want to get to know you. Have you been drinking, freak? Do you have any interests? I do enjoy some music. Classical. Music that improves your mind. Studies show that the impact of listening to classical music only lasts for 10 minutes. There aren't any long-term effects.
Is it of yours?
Quite. Goodbye, freak. Goodbye, Yuri. Alright. Yuri sucks. That has not changed. So Yuri does know how to get through there. That actually makes me happy, because Yuri was the top suspect for the death of KHX. That actually makes a lot of sense how he got that key. The question is... Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, I need to check my notes. Wait, what's that other mystery down there? Who breached the fourth Holy Seal? Alright, let's see. Who's next? I'm probably closest to... Where's Witness? Oh, I'm right by Witness's building. I should talk to him.
Witness to the end.
Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? I didn't. When they have occurred before, they have always been hard to pinpoint. They don't affect the whole island. Did you see Yuri last night? He is a secretary to the Architect. Have you spoken to her? Did you see Crimson last night? I didn't see her, loved eyes. Okay. Did you see the doctor last night? The doctor claimed to be in his clinic all night. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? The monster's movements have been recorded by the Grand Marshal. That doesn't help. Want to chat, Witness? I must warn you that I am not one for long conversations. White clouds. They tended to us and raised us. Maybe I can hope to have some insight into their brilliance by tending to life myself. Following in their footsteps, in my own humble way, they are glorious cosmic beings that our human minds can barely comprehend. It is foolish to think that I may understand their brilliance, but maybe I can understand more of myself. If you know yourself, you can ward off falling into sin. I'll keep that in mind.
The gods are radiant.
I'm enjoying our conversations,
The
Lady
gods
Love
are
Dies.
watching us.
There is a sensitive matter which we could discuss further. You have something you want to tell the
Of course
investigator.
not.
Things have happened while you were in exile, Lady Love Dies. The architect and I became close, and we married. It didn't last, though. The architect was married. That's interesting.
This island is full of sinners.
She is obsessed with a perfect island. There wasn't any room in her heart for me
What?
or them. I've been reluctant to tell you until now, but I am worried about her. Her mind is not on the cosmos. In what way? Do you believe that you should be rewarded for your craft? Craft is a reward unto
Surely this
itself.
is a joke.
The architect was like that as well, but dark clouds began to gather over her. Her prayers were not as fervent as they once were. I felt her work was not being done in the name of our starborn masters. She began to crave more validation, more credit
That's it.
for her work. She architects our islands. Without her,
The
we have
gods are
nothing.
displeased.
Our work is for them. They lifted us up, and we must do the same for them. Personal reward is a sin that pushes us from their light.
Surely this is a joke.
I fear she has forgotten this. Thank you for confiding in me, witness. May you fly with
Forget
destroyed
the
in.
gaze of the gods.
Actually, I just realized I need to want to check something. Okay,
The gods
because
are
we did
watching
determine
us.
that the strangulation was done by someone with a wedding ring. The architect would have been wearing one. Oh, hello, Shinji. There's something on top of that building too. Looks like there's a fire escape on one side. Why not? Let me do it. A big fire escape. So, if the architect strangled, if Carmelina strangled Grace, that means Carmelina also had the power to get through the seal. Sometimes I just feel defeated, you know? How do you pick yourself back up? On my planet, there's this musician I like. Creates music that takes me away to
I'm
another
glad
place.
To be back.
That sounds nice. I have a musician like that as well. Uninterested, Love Dies. This conversation is about me. Whatever, I'm going to smash some bottles or something. Oh hey, there's another secret over that one. Ah, I see another... Oh, too many secrets.
Ha. Ha.
Blood crystal obtained. Relic obtained. Blood crystal obtained.
Alright, I need to think about this for a second. It's really bothering me. So, based on what we know so far, it seems like this pretty much had to involve at least these four. Possibly Witness as well.
Ah,
It's amazing to me that there would be that many suspects, though. That seems strange. Not that many suspects, that many culprits. Tons of suspects, that's fine.
Crimson acid.
Alright, time to spend a lot of money. What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal? It's an open secret that it requires some kind of holiness to get through. An open secret? Word got out a while back. From who? Not sure, it just kind of bubbled up. Someone probably got loose-lipped after a drink. So everyone in the Syndicate would know how to breach it. Not the specifics, but if anyone says they don't know anything about it, they're lying. Trying to cover their asses now you're here. Time to uncover some asses. Go get 'em, Tiger. What do you know about the escape last night? Secrets about that haven't worked their way to me about Henry's escape. You think there's more to it than there seems? There might be physical evidence near the scene. If what the report says is true, the only way to the council building is through the Syndicate HQ. If you went through there, he'd have been logged. Check the nightmare computer logs. Already did. Got any product that relates to Henry's father? Digging in the past, lady? Is there truth in the mist of time? An investigator investigates. The Third Holy Seal is a blood lock that requires council blood. I need to know where Henry got that blood from. Henry's father is an odd one, isn't it? The Syndicate controlled this island. The citizens monitored like cattle. This slipped through there. I've been trying to find the answer myself. I don't like unknowns. Haven't got much, but I do have something to sell. Nice doing business with you. I've got records of some private financial transactions between Rena Division and Eyes
the
Kiwami.
investigator is here.
What kind of transactions? Eyes was giving her money. Henry was born 27 years ago, right? These transactions date back to 27 years and 5 months ago. And? I thought you were an investigator? Why would a powerful council member be giving personal money in secretive transactions to a female citizen 5 months before her only child was born? Oh. Do you know anything about how the council entered the penthouse? If I knew the secret to the seals, we wouldn't be doing this dance. I don't mean the seals. I mean how they go in and out frequently. Are they in there every day? The penthouse is reserved for special business. It takes a lot to get the council in there. Big building to be hardly ever used. Montserrat loves his concrete. He wanted something large and imposing, something that reached the heavens without the audacity of Babylon. Why not build it on the mountain if he wants to reach it to the heavens? The mountain is reserved for holy grounds. The temple is carved into it. You don't argue with the High Priestess. Anyway, Montserrat decided that the council would only ever enter the penthouse together. His paranoia was growing unabated. You know, he always carried a gun. The old Montserrat never used to do that. So it would be weird if I had evidence of a council member entering by themselves 2 days before the murder.
Dangerous.
If a council member did, they'd be going directly against our leader. Risky move. None of us are privy to everything that happens with the council, so I can't say for sure. I haven't heard anything about council members disobeying him, though. If that's the evidence you've got, something is definitely suspicious. Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? I know that it of course do. Nice doing business with you. It's a bloodlock.
That's weird.
How do you know that? I have my ways. Someone
The
let it slip.
investigator is here.
Who? Eyes Kiwami. What made him tell you? That will always be my
Sure.
secret. Who else knows? Who can say? May they carry him through the cosmos, but he was easy to manipulate. He had a weakness for women and easily gave in to cosmic
my
fear.
way.
Who knows who talks to who on this island? Who knows what secret meetings happen in quiet rooms? Who knows what gets said when someone has the fear?
I have a
of
bad
them?
feeling about this.
Well, that narrows it down. Can you tell me anything about the Marshal station at the first seal? This is a juicy one, lady. You buying? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll pay. Captain Voth was stationed at the penthouse. He and Akiko were in a relationship.
That's strange.
A relationship? Akiko falls in love with her troops. That's why she hurts so much. She has had a string of relationships throughout the islands. Voth is the highest-ranking marshal under Akiko. The highest-ranking marshals are chosen to guard the council during the
The
birth of a new island.
investigator is here.
So he was murdered last night? Looks that way, lady. Except the blood doesn't match up. That needs to be looked into. Any idea how I could track down a phone number? I have my ways. I can run a search for you. There's a service charge, of course. Thanks, lady. What's the number? Let's see. Nothing. That number isn't registered to a phone on the island. Are there unregistered phones? No, Masahiro controls the phone output. Everything is registered. I have a back door into the system so I can scope the numbers. Is there anything else that could have a number attached to it? Not a clue. I'm going to need to go looking. Well, that sucks. Maybe I gotta go back to that comms tower. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? I got nothing more than what Akiko says. Did you see the doctor last night? I know something about his clinic, but won't charge you. Find the back door. That's easy. Already found that. Did you see Lydia and Sam last night? Lydia should have been doing her ferrywoman duties. The log at the gate should confirm something about that. Did you see the architect last night? I heard she was hanging out with Witness last night. You should ask her. Seems odd. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? I didn't see Akiko last night. You should speak to her. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Not down here. Those are very rare, lady. If he's using that as an alibi, you need to be skeptical. Did you see Yuri last night? Yuri handles Lydia on the last night of the island. You should speak to her. Did you see Witness last night? I heard Carmelita went to visit him last night. You should speak to her. Why would Akiko kill the council? Secrets aren't free. Deal. Good crystals. Minimal imperfections. Akiko is a soldier through and through. She's also their leader. They're the only family she's ever wanted. The Marshals aren't syndicate, though. They're citizens. A security measure by Montserrat. They don't have our immortality, and they don't get moved between islands.
Sure.
That makes them expendable, too. Precisely. Akiko has endured a millennia of sadness watching her troops die or get left behind. She wants them in the Syndicate. Get them gene therapied up and create a battalion of immortal soldiers. End her heartache. She has motioned the Syndicate to try and get her marshals inducted. Been refused every time. She's hurting and she's angry. What does she get from murdering the council? She wouldn't be promoted to a position where she can change the rules and keep her marshals alive between islands. She'd use the murder to scare the new council. The Untouchables became touched by the hand of death.
I have my way.
She can argue for increased militarization on the next island. scapegoated on a citizen, and panicked the next council into creating martial law with troops inducted into the syndicate. Use loyal troops rather than expendable troops. Precisely. Montserrat was always scared of immortal soldiers having dangerous thoughts and leading a coup. If Akiko did this, she proves that the threat isn't from the marshals. Want me proof? Sure do. I pulled this from the Moon database. You never know when something like this will come in useful.
I'm glad to be back.
Motion. Presented by Guard Marshal Akiko 14. Details. Motion. Detail. Table to the Council. Grand Marshal Akiko 14 formally requests that the Justice Marshals are inducted into the Syndicate. Motion was declined. Unanimous vote. And a bunch of previous motions. Ladies, there's more. I haven't got proof, so I'm not charging you for what I'm about to say. Akiko falls in love with the troops. That's why she hurts so much. She has had a string of relationships throughout the islands. Is there someone special on this island? Captain Voth. He's the highest-ranking marshal under Akiko. The highest-ranking marshals are chosen to guard the council during the birth of the new island. So he was murdered last night? Looks that way. So if her lovers are dying when the island ends, her motive is to kill the council to push her agenda through, get the marshals into the syndicate, and make them immortal? That's a pretty big bet to make. I agree. Something doesn't add up.
Sure.
I'm not convinced Voth died last night. Don't tease, lady. That sounds like a secret. Don't secrets have costs? I'll refund you for your earlier transaction. It's a deal. Taking my first steps into the secret trading industry. Pleasure doing business.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
The dead marshals outside the council building aren't marshals. The blood doesn't match. So where are the real marshals? Working on it. If you want to enter the Viper's nest, you can try the barracks. If I was a marshal looking to lay low, I'd be in there. They don't let anyone in. Akiko removed 2 prisoners from the barracks a couple of days ago. I think you're onto something.
Crystal obtained.
Oh, if I can get my hand on some of Akiko's blood, that would get me in. Why would Carmelina want to kill the council? You know the cost, right? A pleasure doing business. Carmelina isn't allowed on the council. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council. You remember her father's crime, right? Romeo's fall from grace. He was deceived by cosmic deceit. Bingo. Cosmic deceit deceived him with promises of power. Standard stuff. Cosmic deceit wanted Romeo to sacrifice crying grudge in a ritual. That would give Cosmic deceit enough power to resurrect. Resurrecting is our mission, but not at the expense of deceptions and sacrificing others. Romeo was stopped before he could go through with it. His punishment was execution, and the rest of the family being barred from a council seat for eternity.
That's strange.
The ruling still stands. Carmelina's on the throne right now. Judge thinks they made the right call. It's a temporary situation. She's the highest rank outside of the council, and we're about to move on to a new perfect island that Carmelina designed. This transition to our eternal home needs to go right, and she's the best place to get us through it. Has Carmelina protested the ruling in the past? She submitted motions to have the ruling overturned to get on the council. All of them denied, though. Can I see those motions? Of course. I pulled them from the Moon database. I'll give you a little extra for free. I don't know if this helps with anything, though. Hit me. About 25 years ago, Carmelina went into isolation for a year. No one saw her. Any idea why? She said it was for work. She had a new project and didn't want to be disturbed. Nothing ever came of it, though. We were never shown the fruits of her labor.
Sure.
Why do you think this matters? You know when you get a bad feeling and it festers? Maybe I just needed to say it out loud. Maybe it means something? I'll see what I find. Why does Doom Jazz have a photo
Good
of
work.
Akiko? Gotta pay, lady. He was in a relationship. He still loves her. It didn't work out. She can't relate to people who aren't soldiers, and he can't keep his dick in his pants. A strange choice for him. Akiko is an amazing soldier. She's intoxicating to watch it work. Why would Doom Jazz kill the council? Got the cash to pay for a secret? This is a big one. The Syndicate's origins aren't what they seem. He knows the original secret. Before the first island, during the Great Betrayal, Montserrat made a mistake that got Doom Jazz's father killed. This was before you joined up with the Syndicate. He was our original military general, a legendary soldier. I always heard rumors about him before I joined the Syndicate. There weren't many humans they feared, but he was one of them. When the Syndicate fled to the first island, Montserrat made a stupid call to investigate a tomb that was supposed to contain a heavenly weapon. He was wrong. There was nothing there. Doom Jazz's father attempted to hold off the pursuing armies during Montserrat's folly. It was too much. Our pursuers broke through and killed half the Syndicate before
We're in
we
a
got
dark
away.
time.
The incident was struck from history, but some of the existing council members
Good
know
work.
about it. Ice Cube Hobby likes to talk when he's had a drink, and Doom Jazz was his closest friend. He let the secret slip.
What the hell?
Was. Ice Kiwami had some skeletons in his closet. He got found out. Next island was going to be a bad time for him. He took his own life a few years ago. They'd been friends since the Great Betrayal, hadn't they? Ice got Doom Jazz out of the torture chamber where he lost his arms. Doom Jazz refused to give up his medical studying even as the hunted ziggurat in Scotland was besieged. He was captured, tortured, and fled after Eyes broke him out. They were late joining up with the Syndicate, and Doom Jazz missed his father's death. By that time, it had been covered up. Montserrat was planning on doing a similar operation that got Doom Jazz's father killed, a suicide mission for Akiko. Doom Jazz found
That's
out.
weird.
So he'd kill the council to protect her. Wouldn't you kill a bureaucrat to save the person you love? What do you know about Lydia and
Business is
Sam?
booming.
I know that it will cost you.
Dude.
I know about their last job.
Strange.
What last job? Back in the day, Lydia told you that after she met Sam, they left the world of assassination for good, right? It isn't that easy. Once you're in that world, you are bound to it until you fulfill all your duties. An assassin is the most effective tool in the world. All tools have owners. In order to leave her old life behind, Lydia's former master had her do one last job.
Secrets bring mysteries.
She had to destabilize a government in Europe. Several dead officials allowed for a regime change. Why didn't she tell me this? We've been friends for millennia. She's ashamed. They vowed to end the killing. Sam helped her do the job. They were in it together. It's not as romantic as the story they told everyone, is it? Always be suspicious of romantic stories, lady. Life doesn't work like that.
I don't like this.
Is this what the council murder is? A regime change? Who can say? Was it revenge? A crime of passion? A regime change? We've got some investigating to do. You know why Witness would want to kill the council? Let's see your crystal. I know Witness was growing to despise Montserrat. Montserrat was tightening his grip on us all. Montserrat was giving into paranoia, worried about his precious perfect island. History was repeating. The island was shrouded in fear. We'd all grown complacent and happy in our freedoms. Montserrat had always been building towards a perfect island and a perfect syndicate. As you know, the syndicate was formed with the goal of resurrecting them. 24 islands in, and we weren't doing a good job. Almost all the pyramids out in the ocean sit empty. Montserrat didn't care, though. He'd decided that was step 2. Step 1 was the syndicate? Our efforts have always been divided between resurrection and improving the islands. Montserrat could make the syndicate perfect. We could give our full attention to them. Why wouldn't Witness want to go along with that? You've been gone a while. Montserrat changed. So did Witness. Witness didn't trust Montserrat
Sure.
at all. Has Witness been deceived? Not that I'm aware of. I've never had that suspicion. I think this is just some self-radicalization. He slipped further and further into worship and fear of the astral masters. You don't need to be deceived into being a servant. We've got a healthy dose of the end of times fear in you. So Witness murders the council to put the fear of them into them and refocus the syndicate on our holy mission. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if you want to pin a motive on Witness, that's what I'd go with. Witness believes we're heading for the end times.
That's strange.
How can we have the end times if they are dead or dormant? Only a handful came to Earth. The rest of them are out there. They're self-serving morons. They've never looked out for their own kind. Take it up with Witness. I have no time for religious debates. Well, time for a chat, Crimson. What are you planning to do with your amassed wealth? Trade is good, carrying a lot of blood crystals. A quiet life. That's why I'm down here, away from the tower. Not the greatest fan of people. Having a big chunk of change allows you to live your life in peace. How misanthropic. You sure that's healthy? Thank you, lady. Have you tried that new beer I'm on the can of? It's good. I bought a can, last one on the island. That's a competition to win a date with me with a winning ring pull. Anyone win? I'll let you into a little secret. There are no winning ring pulls. I know certain things about the Dead Nebula Company. I told the CEO that I know these things, and she made the winning ring pull disappear. I'm not a prize to be passed around. I dread to think what your file on me looks like. I know all sorts, but there's always more to learn. Maybe you can learn more about me one day. Don't be a tease. You seeing me, lady? Nothing. Okay. Oh,